We are back with more hide inside bed progress. I'm hoping to pretty much wrap up all the extra fiberglass work and be completely done with this nonsense in this one video. Got this last little spot, little focus here. There we go. Sanded up on the back right corner. I did some more sanding under there to make that a little prettier already as well. And then on the driver front left corner, I got the whole front side sanded, and then on the back side, I sanded the areas around. You can't really tell anything on camera. Sanded around the areas where the two cracks will be, and several inches overlapping. So now I just gotta clean everything up real good, and get some fiberglass mat cut out to shape, mix up some resin, and get to laying fiberglass. It has now become too warm for me to set the camera up to film because I'm so slow. It'll overheat, and the fiberglass resin is also curing like super duper fast. So I just went ahead and got our fresh fiberglass nice and laid down so that can start curing up there. Shouldn't take but a moment to sand that and be done on that side. Come over here to the driver front corner. As you'll know, we had the crack on the front, fiberglass from the back to start. Same with this crack as well, except this small section here on the end wanted to angle itself inward. So I have a shovel here leaning against it. Now, there is that little corner that is being pressed on that I haven't fiberglassed that yet. I will get to that when I go at it from the front side once this dries up. And that there is what we're looking like. Hope it'll focus from the back. So once that cures up, we will have a nice, strong, sturdy structure to go at it again from the front side. And just in filming this little clip, you can already see that that's what I'm working with. That took about 6 minutes total, and it is now pretty much rock hard. Alrighty, and with our wood and handy dandy clamps, we have now taken and fiberglass this here broken section. There was a big crack right there. We have it held nice and flat. So once this dries, it should keep it nice and straight so we can take off this board here, and there's actually missing fiberglass right there. But we should just be able to bridge the gap and keep it nice and flat once that hardens into place like it should. Then the only other real oopsie we have is right there, and then some minor sanding out on the bed. And then this thing is finally going to be ready to actually get painted and go on. Now I'm going to paint the black here at home, and then I have a connection friend who is supposed to be able to get the white done on the actual doors, and then we're going to respray the taillights as well. And then following that, at some point, the inside of the boxes and the inside of the bed will get a nice red bed liner. So it's good and flashy, just how I like it, but it's also functional as well. It is about 2 hours later, just returned from a job interview, and let's take a look at our results. And so far, very good. That wood there, well, right there, was clamped up against right here, keeping it flat. But now we have this nice firm structure here. So without that wood there, it is sitting nice and straight. I have cleaned up this little area right here. So I will grab some more fiberglass and fill our hole. We got the fresh glass laid right there. And I even made some work on that corner over there. Right here, you can see we had that whole corner just taken out. And now we have the first little bits of our new structure there, getting all nice and hard. And while that cures up, I have to go get some more disposable paintbrushes because they are all rock hard at this point. I got in a hurry and forgot to film, but I got the second round of fiberglass on those two spots we've been repairing. I got the rest of that hole filled in there and a layer over the top so we can shape and make that all nice and pretty. And then I put another layer on the back side here. So once we trim that, we should have the whole corner again nice and structurally sound. Our new corner here is looking really nice. Just need to fix that drip there, get that sanded out. But generally speaking, I'm quite pleased with the shape of that. And once this whole panel here gets bed lined red, I don't think you'll even be able to tell that was there. And then over here on the center one, we are doing real good as well. And we do still have a gouge out here that I didn't get very well the first time. But this crack and this one and all right here, nice and smooth. Super duper flat. So now it's just making that pretty, since structurally we have fixed that just fine. Got another layer of the fiberglass reinforced Bondo all over there, so that should sand down nicely and take away all those imperfections left. And then over here, there was a little gap in the fiberglass, so we have that patched up. That should sand right down nicely as well. And then there's a little chip over here, so I went ahead and filled that with the extra, sand that down, and this panel should pretty much be good to go. If only y'all could feel how smooth all of these used to be imperfections were through the camera. Because that's just fantastic. I could sit here and do this for a while. I am at a really good progress update point. So I will show you what I got done, close this video out, and then get working on part 3. Over here on our driver front corner, we used our Bondo reinforced, or fiberglass hair reinforced Bondo to make these little cracks down here a little bit prettier. I do still have that little corner to fix up there, no biggie. And then over here, the passenger, there were, if it'll focus, 2 little nicks and gouges right there. Got those nice and smooth, as well as filled in the visual front side of that crack and made that all nice and smooth there. Then on the back passenger corner, we had the little nick out of there that was exposing the fiberglass. We got that all nice and sealed in and smoothed down. Maybe a tad bit more smoothing right before we paint, but that's pretty much done there. And then I did a little bit more smoothing and making pretty of this little corner here that we had to recreate. So that is also much smoother as well. We are back to the inner bed fender cover thing, the passenger side. We got this big one that this whole section was obviously missing, and this section was like sticking up. So as you saw, we got that nice and straightened, filled in with the fiberglass reinforced Bondo afterwards. And I'm about as happy as I can get with that repair right there. That ain't going nowhere. Good and solid. And then over here, right here, we got this whole corner nice and recreated, good and smooth. I do still have to deal with that drip right there, but I'm gonna have to get in there with some hand sandpaper. And then we had a couple of gouges right there, which I filled in with the fiberglass reinforced Bondo. And that's smooth enough for as little as anyone's ever gonna see it. And on the back side of our corner here, good and solid. It's gonna do exactly what we need it to. Now in part 3, you're gonna see the last few little body touch-ups, and then I'm gonna have this thing painted black to match the current bed setup, and then it should pretty much be ready to go on in the next video. If you have made it this far in a project video, much appreciations, as most people do not. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.